you make no fucking sense. So after you've done all that, and I'm not going to repeat myself because my lady doesn't know how to record shit, I guess. Then you're going to put the recommended amount of oil into the... Look, ladies, she already charged the camera last night, and she's trying to record me while charging the camera after she just charged last night, okay? See? So then, like, you know, when you plug shit in, then it stops doing what you told it to do because you plugged it in. You know, just like a phone. Alright, so you're going to put the recommended amount of oil into your motor, right? Your dipstick's still sitting out, okay? And then you're just going to tighten it until it pops. Then you're going to make sure that your dipstick, you're going to wipe it, and then you're going to dip it right back up in there. And then you're going to pull it out, and you're going to look at it carefully, make sure it's within the recommended amount. And then you're going to wipe it again, and you're going to put it back in there, pull it back out again, just in case. You can even start your motor, but I like doing it cold. I like checking it cold, just to make sure that I got the recommended amount. After you got the recommended amount, you got your cap back on, got your oil filter on, you got your bulb plug on, right? Then you're going to check underneath your vehicle to make sure it's not leaking. If it's not leaking, go ahead and drive it around for about 10 to 15 minutes, come back, park the car, and then that should warm up the oil, and it's going to increase the viscosity. Or it's going to decrease the viscosity of the oil. It's going to make it more fluid. After you've driven it for about 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to park it. You're going to make sure that it sits there for about 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to come back down. You're going to come check it out. Make sure that there's no oil underneath your car. You'll know because it'll be leaking. You'll have a couple drops. Not to be mistaken for the drops from the mess that you made replacing your oil filter. So make sure that you're wiping everything up in there, so that way you're not confusing the difference between, just oil residue from changing out the plug or the filter as opposed to an actual oil leak. Okay, because I made that mistake. So that's it for that. Today, get into the fun stuff. Today what we're going to do is we're going to replace a tire. Okay? Oh, I knew it was a half-inch drive. Shut up, you didn't know.
You thought it was 3/4.
3/8,
3/8.
not 3/4.
Oh.
You're right, I did. I did think that. We're going to replace the tire on my car because here in Nebraska, we don't believe in fixing potholes. Okay? What we do to fix potholes is we drive into them as hard as we can, hoping that it chips away at the road and evens it out. That's how us Nebraskans do it. And we do it for free, too. To help the city. We help the city for free by doing that. It does cost us a little bit of money. Dude, fuck this city, man. Okay. So, we replaced the tire and the wheel because the wheel is bent. Okay? If you notice, it's not going to get up on there. Alright, I've already tried it. I spent like an hour yesterday trying to get a good angle. That jack sucks. So, I went to Harbor Freight yesterday and got me a jack. The measurements are right here. The total lift height is 14 1/8 inches. And your minimum height is 3.5. The minimum height on that jack is 5.5 inches, so that's a 2-inch difference. Now, I'm not clearing the frame underneath the car with that jack by like 1/2 inch. Okay, so this 2 inch, that's 5 inches at minimum height. So that extra 1.5 inches is really going to be nice. Oh wow. Okay, so they ran it all the way around. So I got that jack at Home Depot, or not Home